Good afternoon. My name is Niko, host of the political radio show Mi Casa Su Casa, which you can catch here on Facebook Live or on Awake Radio at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. It seems to me that Mr. Sanders, somebody that I greatly admire, has been led astray and is unfortunately attempting to lead the rest of the world astray. On the CNN Townhall meeting, which I know I and many of his supporters were extremely excited about, Mr. Sanders had this to say. Take a look.
Yes, I do agree with the intelligence communities. They are virtually unanimous. I think the evidence is overwhelming. And we should be clear, this is not just the first time they've done it, and I suspect they're working on other efforts as well in other countries around the world. This was a way for them to help elect the candidate of their choice, Mr. Trump. And I think it was also an effort to try to undermine in a significant way American democracy. So I think the evidence is very clear that Russia did play a very harmful role, unacceptable role, and it's something that we have got to deal with.
Now, this is obviously disappointing to many of us for many reasons. I mean, we could go on for days talking about the election fraud that took place. Bernie Sanders did not call any of it out while it was happening. He allowed democracy to be continuously undermined. And of course, being that I understand how politics works, I understand it's a dirty game, and I understand it's a long-term game. You don't want to show all your cards at once, and you don't want to marginalize yourself just in case, because I'm sure at this point he probably thought Hillary Clinton would win. But he didn't want to marginalize himself so that he could still make waves in the Senate within his committees. But now, however, we're seeing Bernie Sanders agree with these allegations against Russia that are not substantiated, have absolutely zero evidence, and the only person who is agreeing with them is the president, or at first was agreeing with them. Now the Republican establishment has joined right along. But the president, it was Hillary Clinton touting this at first to DNC. All the people who were implicated in the emails when they first came out were the only ones who agreed with this wild theory about Russia. Now, what's upsetting to me, however, is when somebody like Bernie Sanders has all the evidence, because there were experts that had access to him, explaining to him that there's a lot of evidence of election fraud here, Mr. Sanders. The exit polling is ridiculously off. And then when we call out the exit polling gets taken off. They get their contract cut by the mainstream media, and so that we no longer see exit polling portrayed on the mainstream media. Once you found out that Hillary Clinton had been trying to undermine you, once you found out that Hillary Clinton had been trying to prop up Trump, because she thought that he would be the easiest candidate to beat, you still went out and stomped for her. You still went out and spoke for her. You never really substantively addressed what was going on. But now you turn around, and instead of absolutely destroying these people for what they did to you, your campaign, and the revolution, what they attempted to do to the revolution that you started, into the thousands of hundreds, millions of supporters who put their money into your revolution, put their time into your revolution, you turn around and get us with this. Russia, 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 like everyone else. To say the least, Mr. Sanders, I am absolutely disappointed. As a man who has seen you speak several times, as a man, I've shaken your hand. Obviously, we spoke before. It's disappointing. You're just touting the same. You look like a Democratic puppet. that's just pretending to be independent. Because I know obviously you're not really independent, because I mean you're technically independent, but you can't choose really in Vermont, because you don't file. For those of you who don't know, you don't file under Democrat or Republican before you run. You're not registered as any particular party member, but you don't look nonpartisan to us. You don't even look bipartisan. You look partisan as hell. You look like you're looking out for your best interests, in the interests of the party, and not the interests of the people. I understand some truths are a little bit harder to take in than others. I get that. But all truths should absolutely be revealed with time, and we should not be trying to play the intelligence of the American people like you have, like the Democratic Party has, and now like the Republican establishment, who probably is going to do some stuff that is leak worthy, is attempting to do. Stop it. It's over. Trump did not agree. Trump sat in on these briefings, and although Priebus tried to concur with the outcome of the intelligence agency's briefings, saying that Russia did in fact hack these elections, Trump did not agree. He said he left the briefings more enlightened, but he did not in fact agree. And if you know anything about how elections work, then you would understand that no, it would be nearly impossible for Russia to be that efficacious in changing the outcome of the primary election. Excuse me, not the primary election, but the general election. Now, undermining our democracy, yeah, I wouldn't be surprised by that. Superpowers do it all the time. The United States has done it in like 45 countries in the last 10 years. Undermining the democracy, yeah. Hacking the election, no, because the people who came out, Julian Assange, they came out and said, hey, this is exactly how we got this information. It wasn't through hacking. The United Nations has exonerated Julian Assange and Wikileaks, saying they did not do any hacking either. But we don't talk about those facts. CNN, NBC, Mr. Sanders, Barack Obama, Hillary Clinton, and whoever else wants to jump onto this Russia bandwagon. Those aren't the facts we talk about, right? It's sad. You can't hack paper ballots in favor of another person. A person at the precinct level can, unless you're trying to say there are Russian splinter cells everywhere. You can't hack paper ballots. Like in New York, for example. You can't do that. Not unless you have, like I said, Russian splinter cells at the precinct level. The elections are controlled at the precinct level. It would be a ridiculous operation, and they would have been caught a long time ago if they would have attempted it. But they weren't. They were conveniently brought into the mix once Guccifer 2, once again, came out at the DNC convention and outed the Democratic establishment working with and colluding with mainstream media to undermine the Bernie Sanders campaign and to prop up Donald Trump's campaign. And then all of a sudden, Russia did it, even though there were two different entities releasing this information at once. And Julian Assange even goes on to tell us exactly how the WikiLeaks initiated releasing this information. It was because of the Guccifer 2 leaks punching a hole in the mainstream media by having the leaks internationally trend. And so because of that, WikiLeaks is on I believe it's called I can't remember what the name of it's called. It's some crazy algorithm that essentially works based off of the popularity of a topic in the media. So, stop lying. It's old. We've moved on. We know it's not Russia. We're ready to fight against Trump and unite together, but this is done. It's over. Thank you for watching. Comment below, like, share, and subscribe the video, and have a fantastic day. Thank you.